trông bên kia xem, ô hai ai đang lem nhem, hóa trang thành đêm đen.
Trông thật xa xa, ai đang đi vô đi ra, hóa trang thành thầy tha. Các tiếng hát nào lấp lánh những lung linh màu, hãy đón chào nhau. Hello Halloween, giữa những phép màu, cứ thế hãy nâng ly nào, tiến đến gần nhau. Hello Halloween.
Trông bên kia xem, ô hai ai đang lem nhem, hóa trang thành Spider-Man.
Good morning, Adam. How are you? So anyway, I'm going to take a different approach this week. I'm not going to play live just because I've already played one round and I feel like I could probably teach you guys more than me screwing up another round. So let's do something a little different. Let's go through what we did. What's up, Pete? I guess the good news is I could stream again tomorrow. Well, in a few hours. Turn this music down just a little bit. Okay, sorry if I'm blurring you. I'll back up just a little bit. Let's look and see how we did. First try! So, if you guys want to see how to get a minus 17 with mistake after mistake after mistake, and, you know, just playing well at the end of the day, let's go. Now, here's the cool thing about this, is because I'm not playing, I can actually answer questions. I can actually go back and hit replay if you didn't understand. But anyway, I'm also doing this in honor of, I didn't have to stream tonight. I wanted to, and I did some stuff to prepare, but a good friend of mine is having a rough time right now, and I really, really wanted to have something for him to watch. If I could just make him smile once in the next 24 hours, I will have done my job. You like that, Pete? Yeah, I hate to have to cover it up with a game, but here we are. So, what can we start off with? Let's see. Well, before I even get started, let's do something for our good buddy, well, I can't say his name, and it's not who you're thinking of. But this is for someone that I've been thinking of and taking some action for. So here this goes, and I'm not going to explain myself.
Please help me, please.
So anyway, that is a little preview. In about 2 weeks, you will know exactly what that means. But until then, it's a secret code, man. Secret code. And Santos, if you're awake, which you're not, but maybe you'll be awake tomorrow, let's do one for you. Okay, so let's go. Let's show you guys what we did, and you know, there's only an hour and 10 minutes left, so I'm not going to play a live round because for me to get through these 9 holes and show you what I did and what you could do, it's going to take more than 10 minutes, assuming someone else comes in and actually asks a question. I do suggest if you do watch this video after the fact, please place your comments or your questions in my comments. What's up, Tinkles? And I will answer every single one because that's just how I am. So anyway, hole number 1 is a par 4. Let's go to favorites. I think I saved them in order. Okay, so I'm going to the right with the 5 backspin, 3 left spin, 10% downhill, which is plus 10% approach. And I will change this to show you what I mean by that. It's a Kingmaker. Now I have an APOC 8, but here's the cool thing. This tool, it doesn't matter because you just put in whatever club you have. And I think the wind was 7.4, but I doubt it. I wrote down some of them, but not all of them. It's around 7.4. You'll notice on an APOC 8 that it's 1-to-1, just about. And I would also suggest that you aim further right than you would expect. I'm putting my red ring at the rough, but I'm betting you that if you move over one more ring, because I got a hole-in-one earlier in the week with a great right shot, it's probably going to work out for you. So here we go. Hole number 1 drive. Dun, dun, dun. Thought you would have done master. No, man. Pete, I would love to do master on the 9-hole cups, but I always forget. Well, I don't forget. I just don't do it. I don't grind to get myself up there. I am grinding Skippy right now because he's been having trouble in the tournaments, and I don't want to let my clan down. So I'm in like the top 10, but that's not saying much. But because of the way I'm going through the Power 1 balls and practicing, I'm probably going to be for the next mini. I'll probably be a master. What happened, dude? It's just been one of those days. That's another reason why I'm just not going to screw up 9 holes. All right, so here we go. Let's put the wind in. 8.2. I knew this one wasn't right. So I went 8 rings. I put the red ring right there at the rough line, but you see I didn't even put it all the way to the rough unless I changed it. But it's 5 backspin, 3 left spin. Okay, so I did move it out. And I will tell you that I watched Tommy before I played today, and that had a huge effect on my approach. So I just started using his references. But I'm telling you now, it's probably the blue ring. And mistake number 1 today, you see how I used curl just to the inside of the circle? That's from the last tournament. But then I hit it great right. And look at this. Still left of the hole. It's the blue ring, guys. Let me just change that in my notes. Blue. Strangely, the further right you go, the better the chance you have. Yeah, several people have asked me about the rough bump on this hole. I disagree with it. Take the easy eagle. All right, so now we're going to go to hole 2. But before we do, let's find out what we can do here. Let's see here. What's that do? All right, so anyway, hole 2, the drive. It's a par 3, and I'm going to screw up with the grade on it again. But I would just suggest using your quarterback with... Wow, that was really, really loud. Let me change that for next time. Back off, baby. All right, so the quarterback, full back spin, full right spin, literally no curl, aiming at the cup, and it's plus 10% minimum. And one more little thing that Tommy said he did but didn't think it was right, but I do think pushing it up 1 ring is definitely going to work for you. We'll zero it in. So 5.2, let's go ahead and change this. Quarterback. Hang on. Back up. Let's change this first. Plus 10%, Power 1 ball, Qualiback. And it was 5.2 win. So that means 4.4 rings. I think I used more than that, but let's see. And again, this is a totally different format tonight, guys. I have already played. I have not played my other account, but I wanted to save it for tomorrow because it's just too late. But full back, full right, aim at the cup, and what did I do here? Yeah, it looks like I used max adjustment. So I take it back, guys. That's max adjustment plus some. That's about max adjustment. But I should have pushed it up one ring, and also you have to hit it perfect. I don't like backplaying the mistakes, but I don't have another account to show you. See how short that is? So let's push that up one ring. Already in my notes. And I'm going to change that. It's not min, it's actually max adjustment. I'm worried about being in the sand, but there it is. 20%. Geek, the 20% I'm so afraid of. I think if you move towards the sand at 10%, but move towards the hole one extra ring, I think that'll keep you out of the sand with a great shot. That's my reasoning behind it. Alright, so let's go on to hole 3. Another screw up. I mean, you're going to look at the score at the end and go, what? What? So, I made some happy mistakes too. Oh, I got to play this for you guys. Here we go.
Well, yesterday afternoon, I waited along the edge of a lake, drank 8 beers, escaped from wild dogs in the heavy brush, jumped away from an aggressive rattlesnake, marched up and down several rocky hills, stood in a patch of poison ivy, crawled out of quicksand, and took 4 leaks behind big trees. You might think I'm a great outdoorsman. Nope, I'm just a crappy golfer.
And that was totally the wrong one, but hey, that's an oldie but a goodie. Alright, so let's see what we did here. I was actually getting ready for the wrong hole. I was going to go right, but I was thinking of the next par 5. So I had to switch over here, 8.3. And it says to go 8.1 with 10% downhill. So let's see if I used about 8.1 rings. And I left my marker on here for you. Yep, just went 1 to 1-ish. And then push back up. And you don't have to go full overpower, but if you do, it puts you in an interesting situation. It's much more risky to do it this way. You see how you didn't have to overpower and you would have had a 50 to 75% wood shot, but I chose to go either minimum or long iron. So watch what we do next. I'm going to go 10% uphill minimum guardian, and we're going to do the rough bump. And what I learned from this shot is to do 2 full topspin, even though it's past the hole. So let's see what the wind is. I forgot. All right. Okay, so 7.9. Wish I could pause. So 5.2 rings. And I'm not really minimum, but I just don't want to over adjust. And so I go 1 up and 1 right, and it's aimed right at the hole. But I'm telling you now, go ahead and put in your notes 2 over and just go right there in the middle. So I just did minimum. And you might see where I'm actually hitting short. So 5.2 was almost too much. So it might be 20%, but I just don't want to go in the sand. So I would just change it to 10% uphill and 2 topspin. Aim it through the cup. knowing you're going to hit behind it. All right, so we end up with the eagle. And now we're going to go to hole 4. Now, hole 4 is a par 3. We're going to go 10% max, plus max. And I'm using a wind ball. Check. No, wait. No elevation. Is that right? No, that is not right. That's the next hole. Alright, so 5.6 was the wind I got. So I'm going to go basically 1-to-1, but it's 0.1 more. So let's watch it. Okay, so it's necessary to go 1 backspin. And you see how my second bounce is right before the fringe? The only mistake I made on this, you aim right at the hole. You don't have to worry about aiming left of the hole or right of the hole. You just aim right at the hole. Second bounce right before the green. But you have to hit perfect. Wah! So I think it would have been close. I don't know. We'll find out. Okay, moving on to hole 5, but now I'm going to play the one I wanted to play. So here we go.
A young lady was taking golf lessons and had just started playing her first round of golf when she suffered a bee sting. Well, the pain was pretty intense, so she decided to head back to the clubhouse to get some help. Well, the golf pro saw her headed back and said, "Hey, you're back early. What's wrong?" Well, she says, "I was out there and I got stung by a bee." "Oh my gosh," she says. "Where'd you get stung?" "Well, it was somewhere between the first and second hole," she said. He nodded and said, "Wow, I'll tell you, if you got stung there, your stance is way too wide."
Okay, so an easy way to get the eagle here is if you don't have an APOC 8, if you have APOC 5 through 7, full topspin, but APOC 8, go ahead and take off 1 topspin. So it's full topspin minus 1. And if you have an APOC 5, you might need the overpower that I used. But if you have an APOC 8, lay off the OP. So let's watch. No elevation. So 8.7 rings. And I might have just went 1-to-1. But you're literally just aiming it at the island right there on the second bounce and hopping over to the green. The cool thing is no elevation. Yeah, you see how I thought I needed OP? I did not. No curl, baby. No curl. Just roll it on in. See, I did not catch the fringe of the rough right there in front. So I had to chip it in from there. But it worked. It was still easier than my opponent, who had he had a full rapier shot, and he did not make it. So, there we are. Alright, so where we at? Hole 6. If nothing else, guys, I'm hoping I'm showing you, it's not crazy crap that other people won't do or shouldn't do. It's literally making hard stuff look easy or easy stuff look hard. Your choice. But anyway, so hole 6 is a par 5. We're going to use a Kingmaker. it's full topspin -3, even though you want to take full topspin, don't do it. And let's change this so you can see what I'm talking about here. I mean, as far as elevation on the first shot, you're full overpowering anyway. All you need to really remember is that it's not full topspin. So about 8 rings, but really we're looking 8 rings in front of us anyway. Okay, so I backed off 2, and that was almost a mistake. Pete, I'm just trying to, relate, saying the APOC 5. It's the same freaking club, only more topspin and more rings. If you want to adjust your 9 rings almost straight back, you can, but really all you have to do is aim at the right side of the rough on the second island. It'll push you left. And I caught the crap, but luckily I did not hit the rough right there. Alright, so the second shot, very important. Alright, it's going to be between 50% and 75% depending on how close you get to the rough line there. And did I write the wind down? No, why would I do that? I chose to go just 50% because it looked like 50%, and hopefully you'll see that in the replay. But it's 10% extra. So let's see what the wind is. And I guess the other very, very important thing to realize is it's 1.5 backspin. And then you put the tip right in front of the cup. Not at the cup, right in front of the cup. Totally stole that one from Tommy. Totally. And it worked great. But I think he had like a 70% shot. I had a 50. Alright, so you see me backing up here. Going up there. It's right at 50%. Alright, so 9 is going to be 4.3. 1.5 back in front of the cup. .3 check. And in you go, baby. There's going to be a lot of albatrosses because if I can do it on the first day, you guys can do it all weekend. Let's see what we got here. Alright, so we're on the hole 7. Okay, so I'd love to tell you, hey, this is exactly how you do the holio. We've played this hole so many times recently. You already know that because it's a slight headwind, that you're going to have to take 2 topspin instead of 1.5. You also know that there's absolutely no curl. And if you use a wind ball, you'll be a lot closer. And I think everyone else is using the red ring at the rough line, but I'm using the yellow ring at the rough line. And I'd like to say that though I do hit this great, I think that perfect would have still been in because I barely hit great. But let's watch it. So first I'm going to change this to show you what I did. It's not 1-to-1 per se. And of course I didn't write the wind down. Why would I do that? I had a high wind. It's like 6.6. So 6.3 is 6.5, so it's 0.2 extra. Go ahead and take 2 full topspin. Don't be afraid. And I would say aim at the left side of the cup because it worked. All right, let's see if I do 6.5. Check. So 6.4 and perfect would have definitely would have been in also. See how close to perfect that was? That was per 8. It was so perfect. And I did hit the right side of the cup. So I think perfect would have been in too. Alright, so that's hole 7. And now hole 8. Tommy, dang it. You had 9.4 wind and you made it with the Power 5 Wind 1 ball. So I have to show you how I did it the hard way. So let me just tell you now. Go ahead and put your summer ball in, or your globe ball, or anything but the tire ball. Anything but the tire ball. This doesn't help you. All you need to know is where to aim and how hard to hit it. 1 backspin, and you'll roll right up to the cup. Assuming you use a Power 5 Wind 0 ball. Oh yeah, of course, use your two or three side spin. So basically I'm just aiming right there in the middle of the rough, right in front of the green, and praying for perfect. And though I did have the same wind as Tommy, I did not make it past the sand. What's up, Mr. McCullough? Alright, but because your next shot is a straight tailwind, let's see what we do there. I think I keep it 10% extra. And I just said 50%. That's what I'm going to use. Three backspin right in front of the cup. 4.6. Yep, 4.6. And hit it perfect. What's up, Joker? You guys came in late. I decided it was just way too late for me to start around and, you know, actually play well. So I'm just doing a review of my earlier round. So if you screw up and hit the sand with 1 backspin, at least you'll get out and the wind's right behind you with just a 50%. So you can make that shot. Let's see what else we got here. Did I do that one already? Yeah, I did that. Alright, so hole 9. The mistake I saw Tommy make, which is the same mistake I made, he said 4 or 5 topspin, and I said 6. Well, if he's going to do 4, I'll do 6. But it's 7 topspin. Let's see, do I use... I'm going to set up my next shot. Is it 15% extra? I think so. Thank you, Brandon. I appreciate it, man. I mean, sometimes it clicks. Most of the time it doesn't. Alright. I'm going to have to say this. If you have an APOC 5, go ahead and take full topspin. But if you have a 6 or a 7 or an 8, just do 7 topspin if you have 7. Because that ball is going to die. And I just used 1-to-1. It's probably 7.3 or 7.5 or something. But just do 1-to-1. Even with a APOC 6. I didn't start driving off into the rough until I had an APOC 7. If you see how much curl I took, that's the minimum curl. My opponent did not take that minimum curl and he ended up in the sand. It's okay to be further right, but see how short I am with 6 topspin? Alright, so let's back up here. Or, not back up. Let's show you. The next shot, 2 backspin, 2 left spin is the approach I'm taking. It's a little scary, but that's why I'm using the 15% downhill, to make sure that I'm far enough away from the rough. Alright, so 7.3 is 8.1, so I'm using max. Don't care how close to well, I mean, obviously if I were to drive it a lot further, I would have checked my mid, but so you're at least 2 squares behind the hole, maybe even 3. That ball's going to continue to roll. And I go 8.1. And of course, you have to hit perfect. Guess what I didn't do? So that's what, like 3 or 4 mistakes with hitting perfect? And I still managed to scrounge up a good round. So just think, if you miss one that you're normally hitting, but you can pick up one somewhere else. I was a little shocked to see this. Nobody is coming close. But I think Kime put out a minus 18 earlier. I don't know if that was a combined score or a 1 round. Finzel, I'm sure he'll have a minus 20 by Saturday, I'm sure. Tommy, same thing. But, dude, if you guys can get a 17 in your qualifier and then follow it up on the weekend, you're going to get 30 horizons, minimum. It's going to be very, very nice. All right, you guys had a lot of questions there, so I went really quick. Does anybody have any questions? I can go back. Anybody? 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 Can't believe I didn't turn those on earlier. Anybody? No? Okay. Alright, well, if I get the chance tomorrow, I will definitely stream my round, because going through this again, I was able to fix my notes a little bit. And I'm hoping that we'll see RJ tomorrow night. And I might be earlier, I might be later, or I might not be on at all. I don't know. Depends on work. How do you play 6? Well, hey, Sandman. Funny you should ask that question. Let's go look. First thing you do is you put this club in. Now I know you're asking yourself, why do you need that club on hole 6? Well, because what if you get to the shootout? No. Okay, so hole 6, the first shot was basically you're just going to go across on the right side. I'll show you. If you have anything better than a... Sorry, I have to say it again, Pete. If you have anything better than an APOC 6, you might want to take some top spin off. I think that that's more important than taking... I mean, you can use a Titan and then not have to worry so much about being full OP. But you cannot go across with full topspin with this club. Yeah, there's no reason for a power slice on this hole that I can tell. I mean, I've never used a power slice on this hole. I actually backed up 9 rings for no good reason, because I knew where I was going to aim to begin with, right there at the right side of the rough line on the second island. And I went full OP, but I did take some top spin off. I actually used the Kingmaker over the Titan because I didn't want it to roll too far. But I wanted it to drop. So, very easily could end up in the rough right there. Alright, so the second shot, again, I totally stole this from Tommy. Because I never have any luck with this shot. So, you're going to be using between a 50 and a 75% short iron with 10% over adjustment. And one of these days I'll write down the wind. Alright, so with 9-mile-an-hour wind, I'm going 4.3 rings. But it's all you'd really need to know is 1.5 backspin, aim it right in front of the cup. There we go. I wrote it down. Well, Pete, I hate to tell you this. It's a sad story. But on my Skippy account, I'm basically getting APOC in the shop once or twice a week now. They're doing everything they can to get money out of me because they know that I'll buy gems to at least buy 10. Yes, I even got it tonight. That's the second time this week I've got it, and I'm up to 350 out of 400. So I've only got to get it 3 more times. And you know, I could go spend $35 tonight and buy the other 10, but I'm just gonna pace myself. There's no reason for me to have too many of these balls. If it was a Power 1 Side 3 Win 5 ball, I might go ahead and buy some, but I bought enough of them. All right, Sandman, did that answer your question on hole 6? What's up, loser? Tacos. Loser, you need to send me a picture so that I can make something funny for you. Let's see, what's this one do? Loser, that's just for you. Yeah, Sandman, I hit my ball so close to the rough line that I only needed mid, but you're going to use probably between 60 and 70% on the slider. And Geek, you're only 18 away on your junior account. Well, man, I could have had it by now if I had just bought more gems. Because I bought 10 the last 3 times, and I'm at 350. Let's see what we got here. What we got? Anything new? If Miss Sandy comes by and watches this, let's see. Is this hers? Yep. Yes, Thorn 1.5 back, 10%, and that was, I played it mid, but you saw how I was so close to the rough line. Most of the time, you're going to be at about 60 to 70%, so be careful. Woo, that's loud. Turn that bunny down just a little bit. There we go. Does anyone else have any questions? Otherwise, I'm going to get on out of here. I mean, we could shake it a little bit. All right, guys. Well, you have a wonderful evening. I hope you do well. Again, I'm looking at my score going, what a total screw up, and you ended up with a pretty good score. Oh, there it is, loser. I literally hit great 3 or 4 times. Yes, that was Geek Army. Momo. So I hope to play, again, I hope to play tomorrow. Because I do have one account that I haven't played, which means I've played one whole account so far. And things went well, even with all the screw-ups, but we'll see how the weekend goes, because you know how this game is. It giveth and it taketh away. Alright, let me see if I can find something to get us on out of here with. Let's see, what's Ghost Hover? No. I'm just going to end it with the Tommy Fire Truck, guys. I'll see you soon.
Scary skeleton.